Fitness Center Body Max. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. Staying fit is a combination of eating well and physical fitness. This you can easily find in Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. First, they will get you lose fat easily with amazing exercises. Build your muscles gradually. Fitness becomes fashion. Show no pain, no gain. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. First, they will get you lose fat easily with amazing exercises. Build your muscles gradually. Fitness becomes fashion. Show no pain, no gain. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. The way to prove yourself is to better yourself with the kinds of machines we have at Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. You will easily better yourself like the rowing machine, leg curl machines, weight benches, rubber plates, double pulley machines, cross trainers, rubber dumbbells, multi-gym machines and much more. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. Remember, we have a state-of-the-art changing rooms, toilets and showers for our esteemed clients, both ladies and gents. Different varieties of foods to aid your self-development of muscles and bones are available at reasonable prices. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. For more information, call 7171-998, 7171-998. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. Staying fit is a combination of eating well and physical fitness. This you can easily find in Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. Fitness becomes fashion. Show no pain, no gain. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max. For more information, call 7171-998, 7171-998. Gunyur Fitness Center Body Max.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Kairaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980-8483, 340-9400 or 635-9906. Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Karaba Avenue and Bruceby Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980 8483 340 9400 or 635 9906.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Yeah, sorry about this little delay. Welcome to another edition of COVID-19 update. And today I will be discussing about key questions that are still not been addressed or not known about COVID-19. Yeah, scientific community are working overtime to make sure we understand as much as possible about this virus. But still, there are a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm trying to highlight those questions here. But as usual, before I give you the statistic about COVID-19, um, since the pandemic started in China in Wuhan provinces in December, it's like it's been with us for eternity, but actually the virus started in December. So far, since this virus emerged in the world scene, 4,588,873 people are infected, and 316 dead, 306,185 dead so far. That's a fatality rate of about 7%. So this is one of the most deadliest virus the world have ever seen. Yeah, the MERS that emerged in Saudi Arabia in 2012, still more deadlier than this because that one have a fatality rate of about 10%. But this one is very, very close to the initial corona pandemic that we observed in 2002, that again emerged in South Korea and China, almost the same rate of fatality. But since the virus emerged, 1,736,167 people recovered from the virus. That means that yes, there is a sizable number of people who get infected and recover. And among those, some of them, in fact, don't know they have the virus. It is only through testing, contact tracing, that they know these people are actually infected. So these are the groups that normally go on to infect many people, and that's why it is essential to bring forward those social distancing measures, which most of the European countries now are easing up, and we hope there will not be a second spike because most of these pandemics, that's the problem. You think the virus is going away, you start relaxing the social distancing measures, and all of a sudden the number starts creeping up again. And if that happens, that's when it becomes even more deadly. As we have seen through history, the Spanish flu in 1920, the second spike killed more people than the initial pandemic. In fact, most Africans died during the second spike. Okay, currently 2,546,521 people are currently infected with COVID-19, and out of that, 2,546,510 in mild conditions, and that's like 98% in mild condition, but 45,175 in critical conditions. Okay, the people that are in mild conditions, these are people with persistent cough, fever, or headache, and some of them are in fact asymptomatic. They don't even know they have the virus. And there are other symptoms like loss of sense of smell, and also test is also mentioned, and also what they call COVID-19 toe. You have your toe, top of your toes as itchy, and if you start scratching them, they develop into an open wound. So this is also added there, and now we have seen this immunological condition, severe immunological reaction condition in children who have been infected with COVID-19. They recover, or they come in contact with somebody who had COVID-19. They go on to develop these severe immunological conditions. In fact, just today, Italy, there was a paper I just saw on my timeline. You can go and read it. They observed 30% increase in that kind of illness in Vermont area where COVID-19 was endemic. And UK also is reporting, and in New York, they also reporting up to 100 children coming down with that kind of infections. So what are the symptoms for these new COVID-19 related illness in children and teenagers? is fever for 5 years or 5 days, and also rashes, skin rashes. These might not be very obvious with colored people, but with white people, you will see they develop these patchy rashes of red skin and all that, and also cracked lips. Their lips will be cracked and they become floppy and less energetic. And most of the time, one of their major organs also is underperforming or is struggling to keep up. So far, 2% of the total number of people currently with COVID-19, 45,178, are in critical conditions. And when we say critical condition, these are the groups that need hospital stay, and not only hospital stay, but they need intensive care beds where they can be supported to maintain healthy level of oxygen in their system. Because what COVID-19 does, it attacks your lungs and your body will mount an immunological reaction, and these cause what they call cytokine storm. This cytokine storm will um, makes start destroying the lining of your lungs, and these will attract fluids. Fluid will escape from your interstitial fluid into your lungs, and this is called cause association called hypoxia. That means you cannot properly transport oxygen from the atmosphere into your system. So once in the intensive care beds, they will support them with mechanical ventilators or respirators that will force oxygen, concentrated oxygen into their system to maintain healthy level. Because if you don't have healthy oxygen concentration of 75% or above in your system, your vital organs like the kidney, like the liver, they start failing, and this is how the virus actually kills people. So past 24 hours, numbers I'm going to read to you. Across the world, we have 66,884 new cases past 24 hours. And total number of death past 24 hours is 3,103. This is an increase from yesterday. And the 10 most affected countries in the world, US registered 12,474 new cases, 735 death, 95 deaths. Spain recorded 1,721 new cases and 138 deaths. And Russia, for over 2 weeks, it was just yesterday, they registered less than 10,000, but for 2 weeks now, every day they are registering over 10,000. And yesterday, past 24 hours, they recorded 10,598 new cases and 113 deaths. UK recorded 3,000. Um, UK recorded 3,560 new cases and 384 deaths, and Italy 789 new cases and 242 deaths. Brazil again in South America is now the most affected country in South America, and the numbers are just going up. Past 24 hours, they recorded 5,103 new cases, 274. And France, the numbers are not yet out, but Germany recorded 248 new cases and 5 deaths, and Turkey recorded 1,708 new cases, 48 deaths. Iran recorded 2,102 new cases and 48 deaths, and India also continued to spike, 3,763 new cases and 104 deaths. Okay, so countries close to Gambia, and we are surrounded by Senegal on three sides. Only one opening is the Atlantic Ocean. But because of our geography, Gambia is also very close to Guinea-Conakry, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, and Guinea-Bissau. So if these countries continue to register new numbers, Gambia is not safe, as they say, the commons are the cause. As long as the causes are there, the effects are inevitable, or the consequences are inevitable. Senegal so far have 2,310 cases. Past 24 hours, they recorded 121 new cases. And Guinea-Conakry, which is leading in our part of the world, is 2,473 cases they registered so far. And I expect those numbers to spike or to rise up exponentially in the coming days because they have a massive demonstration going on there yesterday and I think today as well for 3 days running that the citizens are complaining they want to come out of this lockdown, they are tired. And that breach the social distancing measure they put in place. So I expect the numbers to go up. Ivory Coast so far recorded 1,971 cases, and Burkina Faso 773 so far, and Mali 806. Mali also, as you know, they've been to the polls recently as late as 29th of March, and Guinea Conakry also went to the polls on the 26th, and since then their numbers continue to rise. Guinea-Bissau also is another worry. The numbers just continue to escalate. In fact, they now overtake Burkina Faso and Mali. Guinea-Bissau so far recorded 913 cases. Sierra Leone 408 cases and Gambia still 23. So now I'm going to go to my main topic of discussion today, which is issues we still don't understand or don't know about COVID-19. Guys, you will agree with me. COVID-19 was only we only knew about it in December last year. That is towards the end of 2019. But it's looked like if you think about it, it's like it's been around for almost 10 or so years. Because of the effects it has on our life, generally. Despite the incredible effort by the scientists around the world, there is still much we do not understand, and we are all now part of a planet-wide experiment trying to find answers. I listened to um, um, Fauci, Anthony Fauci, and Redman, and also Flynn. They were answering to the Senate committee in the U.S. about 4 days ago. This is what he mentioned. A week or 2 weeks ago, nobody heard about this COVID-19 related illness in children. So there's still, the situation is still very fluid and it keeps changing. And that's why we have to be very, very cautious if we're going to lift or ease these lockdown measures because we could have a second spike and that could be more catastrophic than the first one. So here are some of the big outstanding questions. I'm going to mention five. There are lots more we don't know, but five questions I'm going to address here. It is one of the most basic questions, but one of the most crucial as well, and that is, there have been number, for example, how many people are infected? Nobody knows. That's the fact. But what is in record is just over 4 million, as I read to you early in the presentations. We know that over 4 million people now got officially infected. But that's the tip of the iceberg. These are the people tested. What about the people who are not tested? Like places like Gambia, so far they did only 1,333 cases. So you cannot just say, okay, Gambia have only 23 cases. I don't believe it. And anywhere in the world, except countries who have 100% tests, and there is no country that can attain that still. UK promised like 100,000 tests every day by the end of April, but they are falling short of that number. So as long as we can test everybody, we will not know the true extent of whoever is infected. So the total number we don't know, but officially over 4 million people are infected, and over to close to 300,000 dead, and that's like 7% mortality rate. So that could COVID-19, one of the deadliest virus we've known in recent time. So yeah, developing antibody tests will help. Like already the UK is introducing an antibody test that was developed by Roche, which is 100% specific according to reports. And that will help us to know, because what that will do, if you are infected, whether you know it or not, these antibody tests will detect that you actually got infected. Because why antibodies are important or crucial in this, to know who got infected. Once you are infected with a virus or a bacteria or any other pathogen, your body will mount a defense against that particular virus. And these are proteins, specially programmed proteins called immunoglobulin, that will go out there in your system, attack those viruses or bacteria, whatever you got infected with, and eliminate them. But once they eliminate the, excuse me, once they eliminate that particular pathogen, that specially programmed protein, they don't just disappear, they hang out in your system. So these antibody tests will go and detect those. So once they find them in your system, they will know that, okay, whether you've been to the hospital or whether you have been hospitalized or whether you develop minor symptoms or whether you are asymptomatic, these antibodies tests will tell us who is infected. And good thing about these antibody tests is that, and I'll advise anybody, if it is available in your whichever country you are, please go out and do it. Because once you have the antibodies, that means this particular virus cannot infect you. That means your body is resistant to it. We have these soldiers, we can um, we have these body soldiers that can take care in case you are infected with COVID-19 again. So as long as that antibody test is not widely available, we can't say for certain, how many people have been infected. The other questions that we are not still certain is how deadly is this COVID-19, how serious it is, how quickly it kills people. Right now, with the numbers again we have is about 7%. If you have COVID-19, you have 7% chances of dying with it. But that's not across the board. Like people with underlying medical condition like hypertension, diabetes, or sickle cell anemia, or heart conditions, these numbers goes up to 25% or more, up to 25% or more. So that's the situation right now. Across the board is 7%. Across the board is 7%, but with other underlying medical conditions, it can go up to 20% or even more. So this again is not uniform. This virus is deadly. We all have to respect it. That's why we have to maintain the social distancing measures advised by our government, and also whatever the scientists have advised, that's what we should stick to. After that presentation by Anthony Fauci to the Senate committee, I heard Donald Trump saying his comments were not acceptable, are not acceptable. This is not about a personal opinion. This guy has been around for ages. He advised Reagan, the two Bush, Bill Clinton and Obama, and now he's advising Donald Trump. So he's probably one of the most experienced when it comes to infectious disease. So if we advise the whole world will have to sit down and listen. Excuse me, guys. I need to do some water. So how deadly the virus is, that again, we will not know the exact answer until when this immunological or when this immunological test is widely available, then we know the number of people who are infected, including asymptomatic. Then we will know the true death rate or the true how deadly this virus truly is. And the third question is the full range of symptoms. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? As I said, this again is developing, but what is certain so far is that whoever got COVID-19, they have fever and they have dry cough. Very few, will not develop this, but these are very common. But again, there are other symptoms like sore throat, headache, and diarrhea have also been reported in some cases. And there is a mounting speculation that, no, this is not even a speculation anymore. This was established by the scientists across the world anyway, that loss of sense of smell and test also is included as a COVID-19 symptom. But even though it's not across the board as well, it's not for everybody will develop. Very few will do. And but the most important question is whether mild cold-like symptoms such as runny nose or sneezing are present in some patients. Yeah, this one is a difficult one. These are mainly common cold symptoms, but some COVID-19 patients also will develop them. So to be on the safe side, if you think you have a runny nose and combined with other symptoms I mentioned, like fever and dry cough, you probably need to call the testing center to make sure you are on the safe side. And studies have also suggested this is a possibility and that people could potentially be infectious without knowing they are carrying the virus. These are the asymptomatic ones. So now the role of children play in spreading this virus. We know the role of children in spreading virus or any other infections is always very high because they touch everything, they mingle with other kids, But with COVID-19, the role of children, how they spread this to the parents and other children is not properly defined. As I know, this is a developing pandemic. Nobody is certain what is happening. But what we know now, also now children can get it, even though they don't go on to develop illness like adults or some people with other mild conditions. But past 2 weeks we have seen even children didn't go and develop COVID-19, but they go on to develop this serious immunological situation whereby your body mount a delay immunological response to COVID-19 antigens, and these can overwhelm your system and send children to hospital. And they are already the death rate also is mounting, even though right now it's very much manageable. But it's a very scary and it can damage your vital organs as well. So whether there will be few cases in the summer, we are approaching summer across Europe, and people are hoping this might be like a common cold. But that might not be the case. And if that is the case, actually, that's not a good news. If the summer arrives and this virus disappear in Europe or other cold regions, that's not a good news. That means if winter come again, we are expected to see a spike of it. And if it spike in the winter, that's going to overwhelm our healthcare system because this is again the flu season. If we have the flu season and the COVID season together, that's going to be catastrophic. So that's why that's not. If that is the case, it's not a good news, even though we don't know. But whether summer or hot cold is important, I don't think this will be the case. This is my personal position because why these numbers are increasing in Brazil and in India. These are very hot countries, and the virus numbers keep going up. And even in the Middle East, Middle East is not colder either, and the numbers are going up in the Middle East. So there is a very unlikely chances that the numbers will go down because we are in the summer. And if that is the case, also, as I mentioned, it's not a good news, it's a bad news for all of us because that means there is a greater possibility that if winter should come back again, then this virus will come back. And we all know there is always flu season in the colder regions of the world during the winter months. Okay, where exactly this virus comes from? This question also is yet to be answered. What we know, this virus come from a bat because there are sequence studies which compare this COVID-19 with the kind of corona. What you later, inshallah. Yeah, thank you, Amari. You're welcome. Yeah, so we all know sequence studies have shown that this virus is 96% similar to bats that reside in bats. But there is a missing link. The virus didn't jump from the bat directly to human beings. So then where it jumped to, still we don't know. And as long as we don't know where the virus comes from to human beings, we are in danger of being continually be infected because if we know those the intermediary host, like from the bat to a pangolin or a snake, then to man, then that we will know it will help us, controlling this pandemic. But as long as that is not known, we will not, we are not safe. Okay. The final question we still don't know much is why some people get more severe symptoms than others. This again partly is understand because we know UK numbers yesterday come up like 25% of all those died from COVID-19. 25% have diabetes. So diabetes is very, very significant as far as how severe somebody go on to develop COVID-19 symptoms. So that's one thing. And we also know people with hypertension or heart condition also get more sicker if they have COVID-19 compared to groups who don't have underlying medical conditions. So these are some of the issues we know, but we also know people who are active, they are marathon runners, and they go on to develop severe COVID-19. Why that still we don't understand, but this might have something to do with the amount of receptors that have been expressed in your lungs or in your brain or in your heart. Because this ACE receptor, that is the entry point the virus used to get into our system, is expressed in most part of our vital organs, but mainly in the lungs. And also, we know if you smoke either a cigarette or marijuana, just any kind of smoke, it makes you also more susceptible to this virus. So still, we don't know exactly why some people go on to develop severe symptoms than others, because we know people who have diabetes or heart condition and they recover. But we know 25% of people who died also have diabetes. So it's not certain. Again, this is a developing pandemic. The scientist community is working overtime. I think eventually we will know most of these answers. But for right now, we don't know. So, however, around 20% COVID-19 is a mild infection for most people. Some, in fact, didn't know that they have it. They don't even show any kind of symptoms. It's through contact tracing. Some people will come positive, but they don't even know they have the virus. So if that happened, they will send them into quarantine centers for 14 days. During that, they will test them probably weekly or daily. As soon as they come clear of COVID-19, they let them back into the community. So as I say, COVID-19 is a mild infection for most people. But however, around 20% go on to develop more severe disease. And but why? This is the question we are scratching our heads. And the state of a person's immune system seems to be part of the issue, and there may be some genetic factor too. As you know, virus, we come in contact, we are being bombarded with different kind of viruses and bacteria on daily basis. But because of our immune system, we resist them. They don't make us ill. But depending on the state of your immune system, you can easily get infected with this virus. So that's why we should always try to lead a healthy life. If you are overweight, try to reduce your weight. If you are not active, please try to put fitness regime part of your daily life. And yeah, part of your daily life, and also eat well, because we are what we eat. If you tend to depend entirely on fast food or processed food, it tends to make you ill and will make your immune system weaker. We eat as most vegetables, fish protein, and also plant protein, and try to avoid as much as possible animal protein, even though not entirely, but we avoid it as much as possible. So immunity is part of the problem. That's why some people go on to get sick and other people can resist. If you have a strong immune system, that means your chances of getting the virus or go on to get sick, even if you have the virus, is also reduced. So understand, but also it could be genetic. We have genetic issues like sickle cell is a genetic disease. So that's through your parents you can get these kind of illnesses, and if you have them, some of them tend to make your immune system weaker and also make you susceptible to these kind of infections. So understanding this could lead to ways of preventing people from needing intensive care. So as of now, as I said, a lot of work has been going on, and in fact today I've been following the UK case, the Portadown, where they do their this defense research into biological weapon and all that. Now they open it to COVID-19 for them to understand properly what this virus is all about. And also, and I said the last, but this is the last now, how long immunity lasts and whether you can get it twice. You know, we develop immune system. We develop immunity against viruses or bacteria that we got infected with. But how long does it last also depends. There are certain viral infections. Once you develop the immunity will wane. It will disappear very quickly sought after. But for some, it will last for lifetime. Some will last for months and years. How long this one also lasts, we don't know. Because as I said, this is less than it's about 6 months since we have this virus, even though it feels like we have it for 10 years. So as the studies continue, we will understand, how long this immunity will last, and the more it lasts, the better, because some people who got it will protect the rest of the community, what they call herd immunity. So patients would have a build-up immune response if they successfully fight off the virus. But as the disease has been around for only a few months, there is lack of long-term data. We don't have the data. And rumors of patients being infected twice may be down to testing correctly saying they are free of the virus. Like last month, there are reports that in South Korea that some people who are discharged from hospital and they've been cleared COVID-19, they went on to develop COVID-19 again. But this was later found out to be that actually the test was wrong. The test was not working properly. They were wrongly cleared that they don't have the virus while they still have the virus. So, and right now it is confirmed that by WHO that actually people can develop immunity. That's a good news against this virus, because if people can develop immunity, and now the UK also is announcing that they have antibody tests available, which was developed by Roche, and is 100% specific and efficient. That means once you know you have immunity or you are resistant to the virus, you can go back to work that with a good peace of mind that you will not get infected against. Whether the virus will mutate, yeah, that's another thing. Virus, yeah, thank you, Abdul. How are you? Welcome. Whether the virus is mutated, what do I know by mutation? Mutation is a change in physical structure. That's the morphology, the phenotype. For example, we have this virus with spikes. The spikes you see there. In fact, even my own lab already discovered that this virus, that spike protein, the virus used to dock onto our cell and get into our cell, can mutate. So the more that mutates, the worse is for us. Some virus, once they mutate, they become less deadly, but this is not all the time the case. But why the mutation is also important. For example, if we develop a vaccine now, that works. But if this virus go on to mutate, that vaccine you develop against that virus will not be able to recognize, and it becomes ineffective against that particular virus. That's why every year we have to go and get new flu jab, new flu vaccine, because the flu virus keep changing. If you develop a vaccine against it this year, next year the flu vaccine that is going to appear will mutate completely. It's completely different from that circulated last year. So that's why every year a new flu vaccination will come up. And so far, there is evidence is mounting that this virus is also mutating. So it's also possible, in fact, by the time these vaccines are ready to go into market, this virus will mutate to such an extent that these vaccines we develop right now are not effective. So that's the bad news. Yes, the virus is mutating, but how quickly it will mutate, we don't know yet, because still it's only 6 months into this pandemic, and it's only 6-7 months ago that we know about this virus. So yes, there is a possibility it can happen, it can mutate, and it can make us have to deal with vaccine every year. So that's the end of today's presentations, and I appeal to you to please share this video on your timeline so that it can get to as many people as possible. Um, Tomorrow is weekend, and we we're also going to have a weekend and good weekend to you all. And we hope to see you, inshallah, on Monday again, the same time. The COVID-19 update will continue. The topic all the time doesn't have to be COVID-19. We'll give you the statistic, but we'll come up with something, a burning issue that is happening in the Gambia. So, yes, until Monday again, thank you all and have a good weekend. And please share the video so that it can get to as many people as possible. And also, if you are in the Gambia or you are planning to invest in the Gambia, we have an offer, free advertisement service. We can advertise your business for you as long as it's not more than 2 minutes. You can send us a clip of your business, or if you are a CBO, you want to know what you are doing, we can advertise for you here free, and I am blame communities in UK and America. Why the mortality rate? Okay, Ibi, I'll ask your question. I've already finished, but I'll ask that questions. Yeah, Ibi, what COVID-19 does is it put everything into sharp focus. For example, it revealed the vulnerability of the world, how vulnerable we are as human beings. And also, it exposed lack of spending in healthcare system across the world. It exposed that. We've seen how America still struggling with PPEs. Just could you imagine? There's not a single factory in New York City, the biggest economy in the U.S., that produced this personal protective equipment. Everything was sent to China to produce it and send it just to maximize their profits. And also in Africa, it exposed how terrible our healthcare system is. We are not prepared for this. Should we have a spike in the Gambia? It's going to be catastrophic because nobody even know whether we have even a single working um, um, ventilator. So why is killing black people or Asian communities? Because these people have been dying in disproportionately anyway. So what COVID-19 does, it brings that into sharp focus. We've seen that big numbers in one time. Now the politician cannot put this. They cannot underreport it. They cannot hide it anywhere. It's there for everybody to see. Because black and Asian people are more likely to go to work, that they are more unlikely to work at home. Like we've seen, a lot of people were asked to work from home. But this is not, if you work in the McDonald's or you have to go and do a shift in a security position, you cannot work at home in that case. So black people are more likely also to go to work, and they are more likely also to join the public transport. We've seen a lot of bus drivers died, and we see people who travel to go to work, they are more likely to catch these infections. And also, um, these black and Asian communities also, they tend to be more overcrowded. For example, you have people, five or more people sharing the same room. If one of them should have COVID-19, there is very, very room, for them to observe social distancing in their own home settings. This is another problem. And also, because of their low socioeconomic status, they tend to eat more, inconveniently. What I mean by that, they tend to munch on fast food, and they tend to eat more these processed food. All these make them healthy. It make them fat, and once we have fat, that predispose you to other conditions like diabetes or hypertension. And we all know diabetes and hypertension are comorbidities of this particular virus, COVID-19. What I mean comorbidities, that means an underlying medical condition that make specific infection more serious. We know from today, there was a report in the UK that the total number of people died, 25% of them have diabetes. And we know diabetes is endemic in black and Asian communities. So that's another explanation why black and Asian people tend to die more. And we tend to suffer more from hypertension as well. And the other things, blacks and Asian community tend to have less time to go and exercise because of the nature of their job. They have to do longer hours just to keep their head above water. So they have those luxuries. So these are the explanations. And also genetics. We know sickle cell anemia is endemic in black communities, and this is another precaution um, predisposing conditions. Yeah, Bakar, okay. If I hope that answer part of your questions. I know I can't because of time. Bakar, how long can this virus survive on surfaces? It depends which surfaces and where that surface is. We know this virus, if it is outside, might be 24 hours, it will die on metal surfaces. But if it is on the wooden surfaces or your computer keyboards, it can be there for like 48 to days. Again, this is the topic of this discussion. The things we don't know still about this virus. So these are one of the things. Even though I'm writing an article, might will come out on Monday, how this virus kill us. So the conditions will be explained, because if the room again is not properly ventilated, like if you go to these poor settings in the UK, or in black communities, mainly in Europe and America, the houses are poorly ventilated, they are dinky, they are dark, and this is a fertile ground for virus. So if somebody should sneeze in a house that is poorly ventilated, the virus can be in the atmosphere, in that particular environment, for a longer time. There are tests been done in Wuhan where they found out that actually this virus can be transmitted through aerosol. What I mean by that, virus can be suspended in a tight setting whereby people can breathe it in. So these are another explanation why it's killing more Black and Asian communities, and it's all down to our socio-economic status. So this again is an ample evidence that European countries and America, they need to invest. They need to make sure the wealth is properly shared amongst, and also they need to support. They need to go in and support these poor communities. Because what COVID-19 does is say, you know what, these people actually have been dying disproportionately before COVID-19, but all of a sudden, 1 month COVID-19 brings that all into sharp focus. Nobody can deny it. It's there, it's a fact, but these are the conditions. If your life status, socioeconomic status improve, your chances of catching infections also improve. And until Monday, inshallah, we will I'm going to stop here, and inshallah after Ramadan I will actually be opening lines so people can call. This is going to be an ongoing discussion, and also it's, our environmental discussion is actually is not away. So every week at least once we have, and we will discuss everything, including politics. This is about taking our country from point A to point B. We cannot rest on our laurel. Our country is in a terrible state, we all know, but we are progressing. And we have to be that new Gambian that wants to see a new. If we want a new Gambian to be born, we have to be that new Gambian. We cannot just sit and expect things to happen on their own. We have to go out there and challenge and talk about them. So this is what we are trying to do here. If you have something you think will be good, we can talk about. Bring it forward. We can even get you in.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnels who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Kairaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980 8483 340 9400 or 635 9906.
Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Staying fit is a combination of eating well and physical fitness. This you can easily find in Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. First, they will get you lose fat easily with amazing exercises. Build your muscles gradually. Fitness becomes fashion. Show no pain, no gain. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. First, they will get you lose fat easily with amazing exercises. Build your muscles gradually. Fitness becomes fashion. Show no pain, no gain. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. The way to prove yourself is to better yourself with the kinds of machines we have at Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. You will easily better yourself like the rowing machine, leg curl machines, weight benches, rubber plates, double pulley machines, cross trainers, rubber dumbbells, multi-gym machines and much more. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Remember, we have a state-of-the-art changing rooms, toilets and showers for our esteemed clients, both ladies and gents. Different varieties of foods to aid your self-development of muscles and bones are available at reasonable prices. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. For more information, call 7171-998, 7171-998. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Staying fit is a combination of eating well and physical fitness. This you can easily find in Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. Fitness becomes fashion. Show no pain, no gain. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max. For more information, call 7171-998, 7171-998. Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max.